welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I would love for you to click that subscribe button down below so we can be friends and you can see all my videos that I post. I post every Tuesday and Thursday. I make lifestyle videos and just kind of anything and everything, little talks like I'm going to do today. But yeah, before I get into the video today, I just wanted to talk about my Sherpa. I just got this, so it's actually, I mean, it's November right now and it's supposed to be cold out, but it's like 70 degrees outside. Welcome to Nashville. So I just had to wear my Sherpa because I just got it, and I've been wanting one of these. Like, everybody has them. They're expensive, like $50. So I was in Walmart, which used to be my least favorite place in the world, but now I'm really loving Walmart. And I got this one for $20. So yeah, they were all pretty much sold out. I went to 2 Walmarts to find it, and so it's all cozy. So if you're looking for a Sherpa, go to Walmart. And also they have some really cute clothes, so I'm probably going to be doing a Walmart clothing haul soon. I thought that was so weird when I walked in. I was like, I actually like this. It's like Target. I mean, honestly, Target's been slacking a little bit in the clothing area, and so when I saw these at Walmart, I was really excited, and their prices are so cheap. So I'll do like a how much I spent at Walmart / clothing haul sometime in the future. I had to save up for that first. So for today's video, I'm just gonna do like a chit chat and talk about our honeymoon. Now, me and Austin, if you saw our last video, we got married back in July and we went on a honeymoon. It was a little bit crazy. We had some things happen that we didn't expect. I'm just gonna talk about our honeymoon, so why not? It's a little bit of an interesting story and I hope you guys enjoy it. The way I'm gonna do this video, I'm gonna try to kind of make it like a, I don't know, like a storybook, I guess you could say. So I'm going to insert pictures and stuff and talk over it. I say I'm going to do that and hopefully it works out. So hopefully I can remember the timeline. Like I said, this was back in July and I've been wanting to film this video, so why not? After the wedding, we left our wedding around, I want to say 11 at night. We went and got all of our stuff at our house, and then we went and stayed at a hotel right next to the airport in Nashville. And so we were all excited about this hotel, and I love continental breakfast, so I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna wake up in the morning and get a yummy breakfast, and this hotel's gonna be so much fun. And I've always loved hotels, you know, like you walk inside and they just smell like chlorine, kind of. I don't know if it just reminds me of childhood. Not that my childhood was full of chlorine or anything, you know, just like going on vacations and it just smells like vacation. By the time we got to go check into our hotel, it was probably a little after midnight, so it wasn't like too late. I mean, it was late, but I get really tired at night. I'm like an old person and I have to go to bed early and get my sleep, or I'm an emotional wreck. We walked in, I was like, oh, it's so nice in here, and I loved it at like the beginning. And we checked in and the guy was super nice and everything. We took all of our luggage up, and then I see a sign saying that the breakfast isn't served until like, I think it was 7 or 8, and we had to leave the hotel at 6 to be at the airport. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't get continental breakfast, and that's what I was so excited about. But I was like, whatever, we'll just get something to eat at the airport. We go up, and our room is on the top floor. I think there were 6 floors, so we go up to floor 6, and we walk out of the elevator, and the walls are like so squished together. I'm not picky or anything, but it just felt dirty. Okay, everything there, it was like painted a dingy dark color, and if things are like, you know, that muted like yellowy and red tone, it just kind of looks dirty. And then we go and walk into our room, which was a really nice room by looks and everything, but the floor was damp, and so everything about the hotel was damp, and like, we're exhausted. It just felt dirty. Like, even if you took a shower and got out, you still felt, actually you felt dirtier because the shower was kind of gross and the bathroom was nasty. But I mean, it was fine. And so we were on our honeymoon. We were about to go on our vacation, so we didn't care at all. 6 o'clock rolls around, and we go and we call an Uber, and we ride over to the airport and get all of our stuff checked in. And we're there like 2 hours early, so we're all excited, and we're like, yes, we're running good on time, and we go to get us some breakfast. I really wanted, you know, like I said, like a big array of breakfast. Nashville Airport does have some yummy places to eat, but I didn't really like want to sit down for a while and everything, so we just went to Burger King. The little rating thing, you know, the yellow sheet of paper that says the rating, it was a 100. I've never seen a 100 anywhere, so I was so excited, and I was like, yes, we can eat here, and I'm not going to get food poisoning and die. That's how I think about things. We got our breakfast. I got like a I think an egg and cheese sandwich, and I think Austin just got like a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, some hash browns, and coffee. The coffee was so good. All this food was good. I'm not even kidding you. It was like the best breakfast food I've ever eaten in my life. I mean, I know it's not healthy for you, but you do it every once in a while. It's gonna be okay. Like I said, this was our honeymoon. We splurged on food. We were going on a cruise. The Burger King breakfast was great, and we ate that, and then we're like, okay, let's go ahead and go sit outside our little terminal waiting area or whatever it's called and get ready to board. One of us was the last of A, and then B1, and so to board, and so that was funny, but we both got to board at the same time anyways. It's like 7:45-ish or 7:50-ish, and no, I want to say it was like 7:40-ish. And so anyways, that doesn't really matter. It was between 7:40 and 8. We go and we get on the plane and we get a nice little seat, and I sat by the window and Austin sat in the middle one. And I was super nervous about flying because I haven't flown in forever. I mean, the last time I flew somewhere was, I want to say like 10 years ago. And so I was really nervous about it. I brought some ginger Dramamine just in case I needed it, and I never took it. But anyways, actually I also took that for the boat, but I never took it the whole trip. It was fine. We get on our plane and we're sitting there, and I was like, what's taking so long? And it's a nasty day. Okay, I forgot to mention, it's like raining outside and just gross and horrible and nasty. And we're just sitting there, and then all of a sudden you hear doo-doo-doo come over the speaker, and we're all like, what was this? Because we've been sitting here forever. Well, I mean about 30 minutes not knowing what's going on, and it's just nasty out. And they say, oh, our flight's delayed, but we'll get going soon whenever the lightning stops. And so me and Austin are sitting there thinking, well, good thing that we booked such an early flight at 8 a.m. because we have to be on that boat at 3. They'll leave you if you're not on the boat at that time. They don't care if your flight's delayed or what. And so we're just sitting there like, oh my gosh, come on. 9 o'clock rolls around, we're still sitting there, but the people come out and start loading our luggage up. So I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh, they haven't even loaded our luggage yet. So we're sitting there, and then another announcement comes on as the people are loading up our luggage saying, sorry, there's been lightning and it's delayed again. The people run in. Well, right outside my window, I can see my luggage and Austin's luggage there, but my luggage was on the very top of the cart just getting drenched. They didn't have it covered. They might have had like some type of tarp, but my luggage was not like, I'm pretty sure mine was on the very top. It was there, and I could obviously see it getting drenched. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I hope my clothes aren't getting ruined. And I was like, I didn't think they would though, you know, I mean, obviously it's a suitcase, it's gonna protect it, right? That lasted for, I wanna say about 20 minutes, and then they came out and finally loaded everything. Long story short, we didn't take off for a very long time. We were probably like 2 hours delayed, just sitting on the flight. And I mean, what's like a 45-minute flight or an hour flight turned into like 3 hours, you know, because we're just sitting there on the plane just waiting to leave. It was kind of fun. I don't know, we were just so excited about going on a trip. So we take off, and I'm freaking out because I'm on a plane. It was okay. Actually, the plane ride there wasn't bad at all. I was fine. I didn't have any freak out moments, except for when we started descending. I do not like the feeling of like not being able to catch my breath, and I couldn't catch my breath, and I thought I was dying. But I didn't. I was okay. We descended and landed in Orlando. We paid for transportation with the Carnival bus, and so we're running late right now. I mean, it takes 45 minutes to drive to Port Canaveral from the Orlando MCO airport or whatever. So we're like, we have to go. So we get our luggage, and we start running down to where they said it was, and they said it was across on the little boarding information to get on this bus. They said it was across from Hertz. And so we go down the stairs to Hertz and go sit out there, and there's no bus. So we're like, oh my gosh. But we see Disney buses everywhere, of course, but there's no Carnival bus anywhere. So we think, well, maybe it's just not labeled Carnival. Well, we still don't see any buses that it could be. We had to be on the boat at 3. It was like 1:45-ish right now, and so we're like, we have 45 minutes to drive there, and then we have to get on the boat, you know, so we have to leave here by 2. And so we're freaking out. We're like, we're gonna be left. And so Austin calls Carnival and is talking to the person, and then they have to call the Orlando airport because we were asking around, and everyone's like, oh, I don't know where the Carnival bus is, and there's no one that we could talk to. Somebody told us to go down to like the Virgin Mobile section, and then we could talk. That's where Carnival was. Well, we walk down there, and all we see is this giant sign that says Virgin Mobile. There's nothing about Carnival. And so that's when Austin calls, and they talk to the airport and get back on. They said it's by the Virgin Mobile thing. And so we're like, what? We walk back down there. There is a sign this tiny sitting on a desk that says Carnival. It's tiny. We had no idea. But anyway, so we talk to them, we get all of our stuff situated, and it's like about to take off, and we go get on that bus, and it's like 2 o'clock. So we're like, okay, and with no traffic, we have 45 minutes, we can get there, we'll be fine. We ended up getting on the boat at like 2:50, and so I mean we had like 10 minutes to spare. As we were the last people to get on the boat. As we were walking past, they started putting the chains up and stuff, like right behind us. So we literally almost didn't make it on the boat. I've been on a cruise before, and I always had them take my luggage, and then they would bring it to our room later. Well, we had even missed that, so it was actually nice though, because we got our luggage right away. But we went up to our room, and like right when we got in our room, the little alarm started sounding for us to go have our little security meeting thing. We didn't even really get to like enjoy our room for a second because we were so rushed, but it actually made things go by really quick, like the boring part of the day. We went and had our meeting, and then it was ready to just take off and sail, and so we sailed. We just kind of like went and hung out, and there was a movie out on the deck that night, and so we went and like watched a movie and like unpacked all of our stuff and everything. And that movie was Daddy's Home 2, and I'd never seen it before, and we missed the first part of it, but I mean the second part was pretty good. And we got us a little something to drink and laid by the pool, and it was really fun. We ate some food at a little cafe. I think I had a pretzel turkey sandwich type thing. It was yummy. The next day it was a fun day at sea, and we just literally like laid out by the pool all day long and ate so much ice cream. They have unlimited ice cream, like soft serve, so every time you walk by it, if you've ever been on a cruise you know this, but you can walk by and get unlimited soft serve. And let me tell you, they interchanged it from, they had chocolate every day, but they interchanged vanilla and strawberry, and those two were my favorite, and it was just the best thing ever. It was so good. That night we did go to formal dining. It was a little awkward because like we were at a table with somebody, which they were super nice people, but I don't know, we were on our honeymoon, we just kind of wanted to hang out together, and I don't know, you know what it's like whenever you're just like at a table with somebody. And since we'd missed our first night, the waiter basically acted like he hated us. Okay, he didn't act like he hated us. He just was like, I don't know. Apparently, the people that we were sitting with built like a super strong bond with our waiter guy the very first night. And they were actually on their honeymoon also. Well, for complimentary, like being on your honeymoon, the waiter brought them a bottle of wine. And like a full bottle. They could pick any price, so they got the most expensive one. It was like a $70 bottle of wine. And here's me and Austin just like, we're on our honeymoon. And like we said it, you know, well, we didn't get a bottle of wine. And he was like, well, where were you yesterday? But it's fine. It was fine. So we just decided not to go back to formal dining. We got our little chocolate lava cake, which is so good. We had like some shows scheduled that night, and there was this one show we were so excited about. I can't remember the name of it. It was about, it looked like it was very about different movies kind of, and they were acting it out, and the trailer looked so good, and so we're so excited. Well, we go. It was so boring and not even funny at all, and just not entertaining, so we left. I think we actually got some dessert and then went and hung out on our balcony. And oh, if I didn't mention this, our ship was Carnival Liberty. It was a really nice boat, and I would definitely recommend going. We're gonna go back very soon because we loved it. We go to bed, and then we're so excited because the next day is Nassau, Bahamas. And if you have never been to Nassau, Bahamas, it's so beautiful. You have to go. And we didn't plan any excursions or anything because it was kind of expensive. So we woke up really early, and then we left the boat and just decided that we looked up before kind of what to do. Actually, if you're watching this, then you need to know where to go in Nassau, Bahamas. If you don't have an excursion planned, I'll tell you how to get there. So we got off the boat, and you walk through the like little city entrance thing, and it's like, welcome to Nassau, and it's so beautiful, and all the colors are bright, and all the buildings are so much fun. You saw that you go towards Senor Frogs, which is to the right, so you're going straight, and you just go all the way right. Well, then you'll hit Senor Frogs, and I think you hit it, or at least you can see it, but you can't go any further. So you just go all the way right, and then you can't go any further. So then you go left, and you like walk up, and then kind of go around, and then you'll see these signs for Junkanoo Beach. And Junkanoo Beach is amazing. Like, we didn't need to buy an excursion because this place was literally paradise. Like, it was so pretty. We ended up buying 2 chairs to lay on. They fold them out for you, and we didn't get an umbrella or anything, but the water is so crystal clear. It's like you're in a swimming pool, and it just is beautiful. And we laid out there for a while and just relaxed and had so much fun. So we were about to leave the beach area and like kind of go shopping. And okay, so you know, like when we first got there, there was nobody there. It was us, and actually we met up with the people that we had dinner with the night before. But if you're just laying there on the beach and you just kind of like, you know, you've been in your chair, your eyes have been shut, and the sun's beaming down on you. Whenever you open up your eyes, you kind of, and sit up, you kind of black out a little bit. Well, so I did that, and I got up really fast, and I didn't notice that a person was sitting in front of us with their umbrella, like, directly at my level. So I stand up and start walking forward because I was going to go get in the water one more time, and I hit my head so hard on it, and I, like, backed up, and of course, everyone sees me, so I just start laughing. I'm like, that didn't feel good. It's really embarrassing. Austin's just like, oh my gosh, Ashley. And I was like, Austin, is my head bleeding? Like, do I need stitches in my head? And he's like, you're fine. There's nothing on your head. And I was like, oh, I don't know how there's not anything on my head because that hurts so bad. I mean, I whacked into the thing. And so we go and get in the water for like one last time, and then we take off and go and take some pictures and go shopping a little bit and bought some like souvenirs for people in the family and everything. And then we didn't really want to eat there, so we went and got back on the boat to eat. We go back to the room and kind of like freshen up a little bit first. And I look in the mirror, and this bump started forming on my head. I mean, like, it was small. You could barely see it. But, I mean, it was there. And I was like, Austin, look at my head. Like, something is coming up. And he's like, that's weird because nothing was there. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, internally damaged my brain. But no. And this was actually the second time I had gotten hurt on the cruise so far. The very first day that we were there, right when we got in our room, like, we had brought all of our luggage in and we were going for that meeting, I slammed my toe in the door somehow. And I mean, like, it was like a bloody massacre. Like, my toe was bleeding so bad. So it hurt really bad and burnt in the sand and everything, but that's just besides the point. I mean, I'm just prone to getting hurt, I guess, all the time. But anyway, so back to the second day, and so we... Oh, hold on. Hello? Yes. The tree guy's coming. We've been wanting him to cut our trees for forever, and now he's coming, and I'm so excited. Well, okay, I'm not excited that we're cutting our trees down because we have little squirrel nests, but I made sure, I said, please move the squirrels and relocate them before you cut down the branches. But our tree, like, overhangs on top of our house, and it needs to be cut. So I gotta go move the cars real quick, but then I'll be right back and finish my little story. So, be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, sorry about that. But, okay, I don't even remember where I was at. I'm out of breath. I ran and moved the cars. I think I just got my car stuck in mud, but it'll come out. It's a big car. And then it was really awkward because my neighbor was like, you all right? And then I didn't know where he was at, and I started looking up, and I'm like, why am I looking up? Obviously, he's not going to be in the sky, but I'm just really awkward with human interaction sometimes. And I was like, oh, yeah, we're good. Sorry, I have a tree guy coming in. He is like, so I'm like, I got hurt, yeah. And then we came back. Oh, and my bump was forming, all right, on my head. And then so we're like, okay, we're gonna go to dinner and everything. I can't remember what we ate that night, but we ate something and it was good. Actually, all the food there is good. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys about the breakfast. They have like continental breakfast that's like continental breakfast. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but I think it is. You know, the big array of breakfast. So much breakfast. It was so good. I just loved it. I mean, like bagels, cream cheese, and then like fruits and eggs, and they weren't even gross eggs. They were good eggs. And I don't know, it was really good. We ate dinner that night, and then we had a show to go to. We were going to, I think it was called Love and Marriage Show or something like that, like the Newlywed Show. And maybe it was called, no, it was called Love and Marriage, I think. But it was like the Newlywed Show, kind of. And it was hilarious. That show was good. If you're on a boat, go to that show. They had like an old couple. They have just like, oh, they were on their honeymoon. That's what it was. So me and Austin could have gone up there actually. So they said, who's on their honeymoon? And everybody raised their hand, except me and Austin, because we're like, not doing that. But then everybody raised their hand, and then they said, when did you get married? Blah, blah, blah. And so it was a tie between two people that had gotten married on July 14th. Same day me and Austin got married. And they went by time, and these people won because they got married at 3 p.m. Me and Austin got married at 7 p.m. so we would have won. That would have not been okay with me. But anyway, so they were up there, and then a very old couple that was like, they had been married so long. They were probably like in their 80s. They were really cute though. It was funny. And then there was a couple up there. The guy said they'd been married like a year or so. That was an awkward one. You could tell the girl felt awkward about it, and they weren't even actually married. And then all of a sudden this guy like brings his ring out and proposes, which sounds really sweet, but the way it happened was just awkward and weird and kind of uncomfortable. And you could tell this girl was like, no, I don't want all this attention. And he was like, well, you're gonna have this attention, but it was just awkward. But anyways, it was really, really fun and funny, and I liked the show a lot. So yeah, that was that night. We went to bed and got ready for the next day, which we were going to Freeport, Bahamas. And I had heard some things about Freeport, like not being the nicest, but we went in with an open mind. But when we woke up in the morning and saw where we were at, we knew, we're like, okay, this isn't the best place. Like, I mean, it was fine, but it wasn't like, you know, oh, I'm relaxing at Junkanoo Beach type from Nassau. You get off the boat and there's just like a couple of like shopping area. That's like really all it was, just like some shops. And then if you had excursions though, I saw people had so much fun on the excursion. So that's the place that we should have gotten an excursion at. But we ended up, it was rainy anyways. And so we just got off for like 30 minutes probably. There was a really pretty little area with like umbrellas and stuff. I'll put that picture in here so you guys can see it. That was really nice there at Freeport. And we just like hung out on the boat all day that day. We actually bought some dominoes in Nassau, like wood carved, and I'll go get those in a minute and show you those. And we actually played those and we just had fun that day together. Okay, so here we go. The next day was when we were coming back home and our flight was scheduled. We got off the boat at 9 and we got, it was 11 or 12, maybe 11. Anyways, we got off the boat at 9 and then our bus was running late again, and so we finally get to the airport and everything to check in, and the lady's like, oh, and we're like, what? And she says, your flight is delayed. And we're like, how delayed? And we're thinking, you know, oh, another 2-hour delay. No, 8 p.m. So we would be sitting in that airport all day long waiting until 8 p.m. for our flight. She said, go over there and you can get your ticket changed. We're like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna have to get a hotel, and we're standing in the line just like waiting to talk to somebody, and we both look at each other and we're like, we're in Orlando. Do you want to go to Disney? And so we're like, yes. So while we're standing in this forever long line, Austin calls Disney and we end up getting a place to stay like at a Disney resort and tickets for Magic Kingdom just for that one day. And so we're so excited, and we get our flight changed for the next morning so our flight to go home, we got changed, was at 7 a.m. the next day. And so we're like, okay, that's fine, we can do that. And we had to board at 6:50. Yeah, so it was at 7 a.m. and we had to board at 6:50. So we're like, that's fine. It's not too bad. We'll just go ahead and get home. We were planning on being home today anyways, and we'll just enjoy a day at Disney. We get on the Disney bus, which Disney takes care of you. They told us exactly where to go in the airport to get on the bus. We get on the bus, and they basically like hold our hand through everything. And so we stayed at the Caribbean, however you say that, resort, Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, that's what it was. And it was so beautiful. And they were like, it's under construction, hope you don't mind. Let me tell you, that place is beautiful. It doesn't matter if it's under construction or not. So basically we felt like we were back in the Bahamas. We stayed in Aruba, I think. It was like kind of split up into islands. And so we stayed in the Aruba area, and the way that this is, so you go to like a centralized like check-in point, and we got our little Disney armbands, which are awesome, and you actually check into your room that way and everything. So you go to a check-in point, and then they shuttle you to your designated area, because it's pretty long walk. I mean, it would take like 30 minutes to walk to your room, and we had all of our luggage and everything. And so we walk in our room, and Austin, when he was little, they used to go to Disney all the time, and he would collect these little like Disney pins. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about if you've been, but I'd never really heard of them. But just like the little enamel pins with like Disney characters on it. But, and so we had planned on getting some new ones, and when we go into our room, laying on our bed, there was like 3 Disney Caribbean Beach Resort themed enamel pins, which was awesome. Well, actually, we didn't plan on getting any because Austin didn't think they still did it, but they do. And so, oh, we also got our little, like, Honeymoon Disney pin badge thing, which was awesome. And so, it was just so good going to Disney. If you're planning your honeymoon, try to go to Disney. They really take care of you. We get all checked in, and our room's awesome, and we're looking at it, and we're both just, like, amazed at it. Actually, I have a little video that I'll insert right here about our room. And yeah, as you can see, it was just, we were just amazed by it. Maybe it was because we were in, like, a tiny little, what's it called, like boat cabin thing, and so when we saw this room, we're like, it's huge, because it really wasn't that huge, but it was nice. So we're like, we gotta go to Disney. We only have, it was like 3 o'clock, and we're like, we have to go to Disney because we only have one day here at Magic Kingdom. And so we go to Magic Kingdom, and my stomach hurt a little bit that day, so we didn't want to like do any like insane rides or anything. When we first got there, we were hungry, and so like I said, my stomach was hurting, and I wasn't really hungry. Austin was, but I told myself, I was like, I need to eat something. And so we went to this like little cafe, Starlight Cafe or something like that. I think that's what it was called. We actually ordered on our app, and then so our food was ready when we got in there, which was nice because the line was huge. But so we ordered, and I was like, Oh, they have peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That sounds like easy on your stomach. I'm just gonna get that. It was a Smucker's Uncrustable peanut butter jelly sandwich, which was hilarious, but anyways, it was good. After that, we rode, It's a Small World. I always like Small World. It's really, really fun, and even though it's kind of boring, I think it's so much fun, and I just love seeing the little things in there. And so there was that one, and I'll try to like insert little clips of all these as I'm talking about it also. I think I have videos from all of them, but if not, there will be pictures. And then we rode the Winnie the Pooh ride, which, I mean, you just have to do this stuff. And that one was so much fun, and even though it's like kiddish, it's just like, you know, all the bright colors just make you happy. Then we rode my absolute favorite, okay, actually all of them are my favorite, but I love Pirates of the Caribbean. Caribbean again, we're back to that word. I don't know how to say that. That one was so much fun to go like in a little boat. All these are, you're riding in a boat like through the water, and then it's like themed. This one, it feels like you're in a different world because it takes you in, like, it gets dark, and they literally have like life-size like people things that look like Jack Sparrow and stuff built up in there, and it sprays water on you, and it's just so much fun. That one was awesome. I loved it. We also rode on Little Mermaid, and I've never even really watched Little Mermaid. Actually, I've seen it with Austin's little sisters, but before that, I'd never even really seen Little Mermaid. When I was little, I didn't like it. I don't know why. I was like, I don't want to see a fish girl. But now I really like Little Mermaid, and we went through it, and they did like the little Kiss the Girl song and all that, and it was so bright in there. That had to be Pirates of the Caribbean and then Little Mermaid, because it was so bright and vivid and just fun, and all the tropical music. So after that, we just walked around Disney for a while and like took a picture in front of the castle, because you have to do that, and then just got some pictures of Disney. We left at like 8:50-ish, 8:30-ish, and just decided that we wanted to go back to the room. We were tired. So we went back to hang out at our resort, and I needed to get some water, and so we go and walk down to like the little like water station, and Austin's like freaking out because it's one of those freestyle like Coke soda machines where you can pick any soda you want. Well, then we figured out that you had to have a special cup in order to get that, and so we're like, where can you get these cups? Just wondering. We weren't gonna get one or anything, but we just thought whenever we go back in the future, because that's now going to be our Disney resort, we want to go and get that, because why not? And actually, I don't really drink soda, but Austin drinks it. He loves it, so he was so excited about it. We walked down, and we found this bridge, and then we saw like some water, like a river thing, and then we saw Alice in Wonderland playing like across, and we read somewhere that they had a movie night, and so they do movies, like different Disney movies every single night there, where you just like lay out in this little pad of grass and watch a movie. It was so cool. And so we walked around. Well, it turns out this resort had like a giant pool. So you have like a private pool per island. So like the Aruba Island had its own pool, and then there was a giant pool that was like a rock wall and a pirate ship, and it was awesome. And then they had a food court and like food trucks, and then little shopping area type thing. It was awesome. And now I know they've built on, because they were under construction, but it was amazing, and I can't wait to go back there. And we were just honestly amazed at this resort, and we thought, should we have done this like for our whole honeymoon? But no, we love the Bahamas, so now we want to go on another cruise and go back to this Disney resort. And honestly, I don't even feel like I need to go to Disney World. I just want to go stay at this place. It was so nice. I loved it. Oh, I forgot to mention the bellhop person. Since we had to be at our flight at 6:50, we were going to get there like 2 hours early. Actually, we were going to get there at 5. And so the bellhop had to come get us and take us to the bus, because the bus would take us back to the airport. And they were going to come wake us up. They said at 3:30 there was going to be a knock on the door. And I was like, 3:30 a.m.? Like, I can't do that. I will die. So me and Austin are like, oh, you know, let's just cancel it, and we'll get an Uber to take us to the airport instead. And so we cancel that, and then we have our alarm set to get up. We made up at 4. And then we wanted to be like leaving there by 4:30. 4 comes around, and we're still asleep. I set my alarm for 4 p.m. instead of 4 a.m. And luckily Austin set his for 4:30. And so we get up at 4:30, and we're like rushing. I mean, we grab everything, throw everything in our suitcase, brush our teeth really quick, and then like run out. And so we're like, oh, we have to go check out. We forgot about this. So we have to walk that like 30-minute walk to go to check out. And we're like, we can do this. So we literally are like running, and it's pitch black outside. We should have kept our little bellhop thing so they could have came and got us, but we didn't. And so we're running, and then somehow we ended back up at our Aruba resort. And so we're like, we just made a circle and we're not even close to the thing, and we had to be, it was already late. I mean, we were gonna be late for a flight. Like, you know, I told Austin, I was like, go ahead and book an Uber. I'll call and tell them that we can't make it to check out. Well, I called them and they're like, oh, you don't have to check out. That's automatically done here at Disney. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to be an adult. I didn't know that. So Austin calls or gets our little Uber, and we're waiting for him, and he comes and picks us up like right where we're at. He was so nice, and he played Disney music the entire way to the airport, which was awesome, and so it made everything worth it. But then it's like 6:20, and he was like, what time do you have to be there? We're like, we have to board at 6:50. He like steps on it. So we get out of the car at 6:30, and we're like, we have 20 minutes, we can do this. The Southwest line is so long and backed up that there's no way that we could make it on time. And so I told Austin, I was like, you go there, I'll go in this line. And then I was like, you know what, I have to cut these people. And I held my ticket out, and I was like, do you guys see what time this is boarding? I'm sorry, we gotta go. And I just pushed through and got to the front of the line. I know that was rude, but we were almost late, guys. Like, I had to do that. And so I was apologizing. I said it nicely, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Look at this time. We have to go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then somehow we got up there, and nobody got mad at us. And so we check our bags in, and then she said, oh, you have to take your bags down there. So then we had to go down there and take our bags because they were already, like, loading the bags up in the plane. Well, then we, like, run to security, and it was like, average wait time, 25 minutes. And we're like, 25 minutes? That's like, that'll be 7. And then so we're like, oh my gosh. Well, we go through security and everything and get through it, and we have like, it's 6:50 right now, and that's when we're supposed to be boarding. I forgot at the Orlando airport you have to take like the little subway type thing to get, or what, monorail thing to get to the terminal area. And so we get on the monorail thing and we go, and they call group B like just as we're getting there, and we're group C. We got on board, and then we got home, and it went smoothly from there. So basically our whole entire honeymoon was like, how fast can we get here, because we're in such a rush. And literally we were just rushed the entire time, but it was so much fun. And like I said, if you guys are planning a honeymoon, go on a cruise or go to Disney, because it was so much fun. Okay, I'm gonna go get my little domino set to show you guys real quick. Okay, so like I said, when we were in Nassau, we went and did a little bit of shopping, and we got this awesome domino set. This guy made it completely out of wood. He carved like all this stuff into it. I mean, look at the detail that he did on this. I just thought it was so beautiful. And so now we always have this little domino set to play. And I love dominoes because when I was little, my dad taught me how to play, and it was kind of our thing. We always played together, so I just love dominoes. You just open it like this, take this wood little domino piece out, and then all the pieces are just wooden. What's cool about it is like each domino piece, let me get another one, they're all just like natural wood, so they're different colors, so like you can just tell how unique they are. What's awesome about it is like no one else will have a set just like this, so I love our little domino set. It's so much fun. And then I got one more thing. So my goal when we went was to get one of the straw baskets. I wanted a big one, but they were super pricey. So I ended up getting this one, and it's like all the fall colors, which is my favorite time of year. So, but I'm gonna leave this out all the time. And oh, I'll insert a picture right now. When we first got him, I actually put him into this basket, and he fit perfectly. Now he's grown, he can't do that anymore, but it's the cutest thing. It has like all this detail on it, and I just love this basket. And it's small, so I mean, like, it's not very practical, but it's really cute decoration. So yeah, and then the inside's kind of tie-dye. So I hope that you guys enjoyed our honeymoon story and all of our little adventure that we had to go on. So yeah, it was kind of fun just reliving it. But yeah, so I will be back on Thursday with a new video, so make sure to click that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. See you next time. Bye.